chasing your dreams in your 30s and 40s, it feels totally different because when you're younger, people expect you to be figuring things out, to just be going through the trial and error phases. But when you hit your 30s and 40s, it's this societal expectation of like you should have your life figured out. You should have everything in place. You should have certain stability and certain things that are in place already just for your life to like be on a forward trajectory. And if you don't have these things, sometimes society has its own way of telling you that you're not being realistic, you're being irresponsible, you're chasing a pipe dream. Or some people that don't understand your vision may even think that you lost. But you must remember that it's not about their opinion. People are always going to have opinion no matter what you do. If you chose to stay in a career, no matter you chose to pivot, you chose to start a business, whatever you do, people are always going to have some type of opinion about you. But the biggest battle is within your own mind. Because you begin to ask yourself, am I too old for this? Did I choose the right path? Did I wait too long to make the shift? And I think a lot of men face this, but we just don't talk about it out loud because we always expect it to stay strong, to have the answers. And we always want to hold up that type of image because it gives us that strength and it makes us seem like we're dominant and that we have everything in order, because we don't want people to question our authority. We don't want people to question our abilities. And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, comparison make you want to quit because you start to look at other people's lives. You start to look like, damn, I want to make these changes, or I'm in this thing where I'm just continuing to chase this dream that I believe so much in. I put a lot of work into this. I've worked up to this point for many years. And it's hard not to look at people your age and compare yourself to where you are and where you thought you'd be compared to where others are as well. Because you see people buying their houses, you see people driving certain cars, living a certain lifestyle, or maybe even their business have taken off and yours haven't. And sometimes it feels like you probably just starting over right now at this stage in your life, or you just still trying to figure out the thing that works best for you. Don't use their life as a measuring stick, and their progress is not a sign of your failure, or it doesn't mean anything for you. And it doesn't mean that you're behind at all, because everybody reached 12 o'clock at a different time. And if you're in this space right now, if you find yourself here, or maybe you find yourself going in and out of it, I want you to stop waiting for the motivation. Because that motivation comes and goes. It's the discipline that stays. It's the belief that stays. Having trust in the things that you can't see. You'll have those days where you feel confident, like everything is firing right. And then you'll have those other days where you question yourself, like, what the hell am I doing right now? Like, am I wasting my time? Can I be spending my time doing something different that's going to have a better return on it? Like a guaranteed return right now. So on those bad days, just narrow down the tasks that you have. Maybe that's just making one phone call. Maybe that's creating one thing of content. Maybe just organizing the days to follow. Make sure you zoom in on one thing when you're having those days where it's just not so great. Because the biggest goal is to keep the connection to that dream alive. Because you begin to drift away from it when you let a couple of days pass by. Next thing you know, it turn into 1 week, 2 weeks, and then a month. And then you begin to say, I'm not consistent. You begin with all those self-limiting beliefs that's not going to help you on your journey. You don't always have to take that big step, but you can't keep disappearing when life gets hard. When things get tough, when you get in your mind, when things just don't feel like they're working out for you. You can't fade away. You have to continue to show up on those days, most importantly. And when you face this adversity, understand that it doesn't mean to stop. When things not working out as you expected, it doesn't mean that the dream is wrong. It doesn't mean you're going about it the wrong way. It could mean that you need to change something. It could mean you need to educate yourself more. You need to ask for help. Maybe even your timeline was unrealistic. Or this one, a lot of people get stuck in it, trying to do too much at once, not focusing on one thing that's going to build the foundation for everything else that they want to do. Because you have all these interests and you're trying to do every single thing. You put 15% over here, 20 over here, another 30 here. It's not going to get you anywhere. None of these things are going to become successful because your energy is focused everywhere else. So choose one thing that's going to give you that opportunity to focus on it and make it successful. And then you can start venturing out to other things once that thing is stable. You have to be okay with changing the plan without walking away from your big vision. And know that there's a big difference between quit and adjusting. You also must be honest with yourself whether you still want this thing or not. Because you probably had this dream in your 20s when you were younger, and you thinking that I don't want to fail myself. I don't want to seem like a failure. I want to see this all the way through. Or have you truly outgrown it? Because sometimes we're not honest with ourselves and we don't even know the difference. We thinking that we need to continue to do it just because we started it and we need to see it all the way through. But sometimes you may still be stuck on something that's in the past. So I want you to answer this question for you. Do you still want the dream? Or are you afraid to admit that you've changed? Or do you even just not want to feel like you failed? And if this is something that you truly want to chase deep within yourself, understand that the dream remains the same. but the way that you reach it needs to shift. Maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum where you're realizing that this dream no longer fits who you are. Understand that this is not failure. It's just growth. It's just you understanding who you are at this stage of your life, and that's perfectly fine to make a pivot. But I want you to understand that you're not too old. There's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of life to live. And you still have much you can do. Because as long as you apply yourself for a straight 3, 6 months, 12 months, you can make up 5 to 10 years worth of results. But you must lock in. You must choose to dedicate yourself to it. And also the biggest thing is to choose to get out your way. Because we can be stubborn. We can be stuck in our ways. We can be stuck to these old identities. And that's the thing that could be holding you back right now. When you're in your 30s and 40s, still chasing your dreams, still being motivational, still being inspired, still having that courage to go after something that no one else can see. You can't keep moving like you have unlimited time. This chapter of you requires that focus. It requires that dedication. It requires that discipline. And it also still requires a lot of patience from you. Being patient with yourself, being patient with your growth. And you may not be exactly where you want to be right now, because I know damn sure that I said I wanted to have a lot of stuff by the time I was 25, 26, 27 years old, and those years have passed me by. But I also understand that that's part of my journey, and that just because I'm getting it a little bit later, it doesn't mean that I failed. I'm going to enjoy it that much more. Because remember that the hilltop that you're climbing right now, through all the adversities that you're facing, the higher you go, the better the view becomes. So decide what you're going to do with the time that you have right now. Don't let comparison rush you. And don't let fear stop you. And don't give up on that dream just because it's taking you longer than you expected. Keep striving, keep pushing forward, because you are great and you are capable of doing it. It's just some things you got to change a little bit right now, and you have to be okay with that. So be realistic with yourself, do a self-audit, and figure out what it is that I need to change that I haven't been changing so far. So as you navigate through life, if you navigate through these different challenges, understand that you are capable with everything that you face with. Understand that you're already equipped with everything that you need to make these things possible. So this video connected with you. I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and reach out. Let me know down in the comments something that you've been chasing, a struggle that you've been having recently, that you've been battling with, you can't let go of. I want to hear about it. I want to connect with you, and I want to help you. So go out there, continue to be great, continue to be honest with yourself. And remember, everybody is greatest within, even you.